you implement those techniques into all of your bicep training, you're finally gonna start feeling your biceps do all of the work, and you're gonna start growing bigger biceps. Hey man, Gary Walker here, and welcome back for another video. All right, in this video, I'm gonna give you 3 key tips to build bigger biceps after 40. All right, if you're like me, you grew up wanting bigger arms. That's a natural process if you're a man, all right? As a boy, you tend to want those bigger arms because it commands attention. But here's the thing when it comes to biceps. I've been in so many gyms over the years to where I see a lot of people working their biceps and their arms are never growing. All right, why? Because they're typically making 3 different mistakes. So I'm basically gonna show you the 3 biggest mistakes I see. There's a lot more, all right? I can tell you a lot of different things that you can do to really maximize your bicep development, but making sure you're doing these 3 consistently that I'm about to show you is gonna provide you a ton of benefits, all right? So if you're really focused on growing your biceps, then make sure you're doing each and every one of these correctly. All right, first one, let me grab these dumbbells here. First mistake you'll see a lot of people do is they're cheating the weights up. They're using momentum to get the weights up. Why do they do that? Because they probably are lifting too heavy. So that's one of the key points. You don't have to go really heavy when you're trying to work your biceps. Biceps are naturally a smaller muscle. All right, it's a smaller muscle. You're not working like your chest, back, legs, any of those things that do require a little bit heavier weight. You don't need to really go too heavy when you're working biceps. So what I mean by cheating the weight, I see a lot of people, once they get into this position here, they'll either bring their elbows all the way forward like this to make that an easier movement. By easier, I mean not only are you using momentum, but you're shortening the range of motion. So the way you want to do this, let me show you a correct way. You basically want to get these elbows locked into your side. I like using dumbbells over barbells. Why? You'll see this hand position here. You'll notice the barbell or the dumbbells aren't straight out in this position, which is what they would be doing if you were holding a barbell. Barbell for older men can be really hard on your elbows. Elbows, wrist. So when you use dumbbells, you can use a lot more natural hand position. Then you want to be strict. You want your shoulders back, chest out, pin those elbows to your sides. Nice, slow, under control. Control it on the way down. Nice, slow, and under control. All right, these are strict reps. The thing about a strict rep is it's going to be all bicep work. Whereas if I'm doing this with my cheating, just trying to get the weights up, dropping, getting the weights up, dropping, you're losing tension in the actual biceps. Losing tension in the biceps, which is gonna give you suboptimal results. So again, you wanna maximize the tension, not minimize the tension. The other point I wanna make, all right, that's one big tip. That big tip is gonna make a massive difference. Using strict form, which means you're gonna have to use lighter weights, but the lighter weights are gonna help you develop a stronger mind to muscle connection as well, so you can really lock into the biceps. Second thing I'm gonna give you for a tip, this is a pro tip, 2-second squeeze at the top of the position when you're in the shortened position of the bicep. So once you get up here, I want you every single rep, 1001, 1002, before you bring it back down. I'll see a lot of people hit and right back down, hit and right back down, okay? So I would rather you get to this top position, 1001, 1002, and you're not just holding the weight. When you're in the top position, I want you to flex that bicep as hard as possible. You're trying to show off for somebody. If somebody's asking you to show them your bicep, you get up here and you flex it, 1001, 1002. Show it off before you bring it down. Okay, so that's what you want to do with that second tip, every rep. So if you're doing 6 to 8 reps, 8 to 10 reps, every single one is going to have a 2-second contraction at the top. All right. Third tip, kind of ties all that together, controlling the weight down. So even if you are using strict form, you're bringing the weights up, 1001, 1002. The next mistake I see people make, drop down to the bottom position to get it back up. Drop down to get it back up. Going down is the eccentric portion of the movement, which is going to give you a ton of hypertrophy benefits, meaning you're gonna be able to grow your arms when you control the weight on the way down. So you are actually stronger on the eccentric phase, which is lowering the weight, stronger there than you are bringing the weight up. So naturally, you're gonna be able to use this to your advantage by using the strict form. You're gonna be using naturally lighter weights, okay? So what we're gonna do now is go through a full rep the way you should. Locked in, chest out, shoulders back, control, 1,001, 1,002, 1,001, 1,002, 1,003 seconds on the way down. 1,001, 1,002, 1,001, 2, 3. All right, I'm gonna silently do 3 reps so you can see exactly what this looks like right here. We'll go one more. That's what your reps should look like. All right, if you're doing anything that doesn't look like that, then more than likely you're not gonna get great results, all right? The next thing that I talked about early in the first tip that you really need to pay attention to is, you notice I said elbows locked in. They need to remain locked in to really optimize tension in the bicep. Because when people do get to this position, it's natural to bring your elbow forward. Here, shift the elbow forward a little bit and then come back up. You'll see that as well. So I would rather you just pin that in. The cue I used to give people is, imagine you've got a long rod. Elbows are here, and that rod goes through this elbow, through your body, out to the other elbow. You can't move in this horizontal plane. Your upper arm cannot. All right, so you're gonna be locked in, and then it's just all about flexing the triceps at the bottom to get a maximal peak stretch in the biceps. Control, 2 seconds concentric, squeeze, and then 3 seconds on the way down. Every single rep. If you implement those techniques into all of your bicep training, you're finally gonna start feeling your biceps do all of the work, and you're gonna start growing bigger biceps. So hopefully these tips help you out. I hope you enjoy this type of video. Please leave a comment if you have any questions. Other than that, man, get busy, get after it, and God bless.